welcome, man. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you watch this video. But man, let's get straight to it, man. How do you stay optimistic in a world of chaos, man? This is 2022. We in October. I don't even know what the date is. It's Tuesday, though. October 17th, something like that. It's 2022, baby. Every time you walk into the grocery store, every time you pick up the cell phone, every time you go to an event, and how do you stay in your family, negativity in your friends, negativity in your university, negativity in your high school? I'm just do these videos, man, the best way, man, keeping it 100% real, you know? But listen, stay optimistic. That's one of the most difficult things for people to do. So a lot of people are looking to be inspired. They're looking to be energized. Some people are looking to be woke, I guess. So this is what I can tell you, man, about being optimistic. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to always be this person walking around with a smile on their face all the time. Like you just got slapped in the face, so this is supposed to be you. No, I mean, come on, man. You slapped me in the face, bro. You finna get slapped back. But the truth of the matter is, we got to be optimistic about life because you got too many other things working against you. I mean, you can't even watch a football game without looking at 15, 11,000 commercials about some medication that, about this, about that. Like every time you turn around, there's something negative pulling you or attempting to pull you back in when you're trying to break out. It's like crabs in a bucket. Crab trying to get out. What other crabs do? They pull them back in. So here's the reality of it, man. In order for you to remain optimistic, man, you're going to have to take control of your own mind. You're going to have to stop letting other people tell you what you should think, how you should think, when you should think it. Don't do that. Don't do this. Listen, there's still people out here giving people grief because they chose not to take the COVID vaccine. And what? If you haven't realized, what was the use of anyway? Duh. So leave that man or woman alone if that's their choice. You chose to do what you wanted to do. Let the other person do what they want to do. And so therefore, my friends, I'm trying to help you understand that in order for you to remain optimistic, you're going to have to detach yourself or limit the amount of negativity that comes your way. I'm sorry for the decisions that other people have made. I can't hold responsibility for that. You know, that's the choice you made. And so every time I talk to you, I don't want to hear about your negative decisions. And if that's the only conversation we can have, then I guess we're going to limit our conversations or have none at all. Because for me to remain optimistic means I've got to surround myself with people who want to be optimistic. I got to surround myself with people who want to be positive. I have to surround myself with people who see the glass half full, not half empty. So for you to remain optimistic, first and foremost, man, if you're watching this video, if you're listening to the voice, you got to remain, listen, right there should be nothing more optimistic than the fact that you're alive. Like, that's a blessing in itself. You can figure out a whole lot of things, right? But you can't figure them out from the grave. So the fact that you're alive, man, that right there should give you a positive platform to start with. Thank you, Almighty, for allowing me to wake up this morning. That's it. Now listen, am I going to tell you as soon as you walk out the house and all these other things that you're going to encounter today that it's going to? No. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is that in order for you to be optimistic in a world of chaos, you have to live in your own world up here. I mean, I purposely don't watch the news. I purposely don't try to listen to, a lot of negative stuff. I mean, I don't even really listen to hip hop like that anymore. I mean, rap, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what the proper label is anymore. I mean, I'm the one cat that's still listening to stuff from back in the 90s and early 2000s, back when music actually still meant something. Nowadays, man, it ain't nothing but just straight up, it's nonsense. Just nonsense. That's all it is, man. Who could rap the most about drugs and killing, all the stuff that you really ain't doing? You're not even built like that, but that's a whole nother conversation. But how do you remain optimistic in a world of chaos? Well, this is how you do it. You got to separate yourself from all of the naysayers. You got to separate yourself from the people who don't want to wake up and give thanks and be grateful. You have to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, and sometimes that means you have to walk down a path of your own. Let me try to show my eyes a little bit because that's sunlight. I'd like for y'all to see my eyes, man. I think a real person is able to look another person in the face and look them in the eyes, baby. I want you to see the truth, the facts. I want you to see it in my eyes, baby. So you got to remain optimistic, because guess what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. Your situation is your situation. Somebody else, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that about you, man. And they keep it moving. But you want to know what's really going on deep down inside? They're glad that it's you and it's not them. So how do you remain optimistic in a world of chaos? You got to believe in yourself. If nobody else does, you got to believe in yourself, man. Listen, over the last probably 60 to 90 days, I've put in, man, almost probably 200 applications to different opportunities in my area, some remote, what have you. And if I was to, based on the number of recruiters that actually made contact back, if I was to base how I'm supposed to maneuver through this world, and yeah, sometimes it sucks because you're like, man, I can't believe these people haven't called back yet. But if I was to base my whole mode and my mood and how I operated on the actions of another person, then I've lost. Because that means I've given up the power. I've given somebody else the power to control how I feel, how I think. And that's not how a person stays optimistic in a world of chaos. All you're doing is giving way to the chaos. You know, what conversations are you having with yourself? What are you telling yourself? Do you love yourself? Listen, mental illness is real. People have conversations on a regular basis in their head. And that's just how we're built. You know, you're having a conversation with yourself. Your higher self is tapping in, and you have the ability to either raise yourself up or lower yourself, right? Deeper and deeper into the pits of darkness. But only you can do that. I'm just a vehicle for positive message. I'm just a vehicle for positive vibes. I'm not the person who has the answer for everything. I can only share with you what I've experienced in my life. But man, I can tell you, man, there's been plenty of times in my life where it's been difficult for me to remain optimistic until I started to recognize the things that I could really be grateful for. And sometimes I slip. Listen, I'm no different than anybody else. I'm no better man than the next man. You know what I'm saying? I put my pants on the same way another person puts their pants on. If I get cut, I'm gonna bleed too. But the truth of the matter is, we control whether or not we choose to be optimistic or pessimistic, whether we choose to be negative or positive, whether we choose to seek abundance and prosperity, or whether or not we will accept scarcity and lack in our lives. That's on you. So friends, if I can impress anything upon you in this video, I want to impress upon you that it is up to you to remain optimistic about life. You don't like the doctor's diagnosis on your life? Well, then change it. You don't have to accept that. Do you know how many people have refused to accept the doctor's diagnosis of death? That's what you call being optimistic when nobody else is. If the doctor's telling you this, clearly the doctor's not optimistic about nothing. Well, sir, ma'am, it looks like, based on our findings, cancer spread, so I don't really know how much longer you're gonna have. So I would say, make peace with yourself. Maybe 3-4 months. Like, a person who's willing to accept that might as well go ahead at that particular point in time and put the suit on or the dress on and jump in the casket, because all optimism is gone. So you have to control. You have to either accept or deny what other people are trying to impress upon you. So you're either going to surround yourself with like-minded individuals or you're not. But you control your ability to be optimistic in this world of chaos. So don't fall victim to all this conversation, man. You create based on what you believe to be true. Don't let nobody else put no scripture on you just because it fits, because you're going against what they really want you to do or what they want you to don't let nobody put no scripture on you, man. Somebody trying to call me now, man. See I'm doing a video? But anyway, with that being said, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the message. Be optimistic. You are the person in charge of your life. The messenger. I'm out. Peace. Boom.